I will take it back because I recollected that you. I will take my question back because I recollected that you said London people should withhold.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily, but I think there's still time to allow.
Right, okay. One of my friends, after the prayers, he said, shouldn't we say the prayers as we are on journey at here? And I replied that it was
here, no.
It was our center, so we shouldn't. Would you kindly confirm?
You know, the question of deciding whether you are on a journey or not is a time-old question, but the answers to this question would vary from time to time. The same question as asked at the time of our Hazur sallallahu alaihi wasallam would be differently asked, would differently answered, and now it should be differently answered. And again, not only has it a bearing with time, it is also a variable factor according to the country in which that question is asked or about which the question is asked. The distances, the concept of distances changes. For instance, Chicago is a widely spread out town where I remember myself when I was invited to lunch at some place, we had to drive 70 miles into Chicago to go for lunch. Then tea was at a different place and we had to drive back 50 miles to the point of tea. And from there for dinner we were about, I think, 70-80 miles distant. And so for just one lunch and one evening tea and one dinner, I travelled within that town, within that city, 150 odd miles. So the concept of journey has completely got transformed there. Nobody can say because you have travelled up to lunch, say 60 miles, so you should start having your prayers. Qasar is not applicable in such situations. So it is the best judge is the conditions where you live. According to those conditions, if you apply the question, your conscience would be again the best judge. Then you will know whether this is a journey or not. So in the conditions which prevail here in England, I think this short distance is just a hop, a picnic hop, that's all. But if you really intend to travel, your inner self tells you that this is really traveling. And when you start such a journey, then even a small part of that journey is called a journey, and the regulations and rules of the journey begin to apply. That is the second part which I want to make clear because many people might not have known this. Suppose you want to go to some really different town and a different place, you yourself decide it is a journey. Now when you have just left the town limits, your journey begins, even if you have travelled not much. And after that, you will continue to have your prayers, those prayers which are to be halved, and when you return, until you have reached the very limits of the town, you will be still considered on journey. So here, I think it is a very doubtful question. Yet if somebody does that, no one else has a right to say you have committed a positive wrong, because these are borderline issues in which everyone can judge things for himself. Unless you are in a session which is a community occasion like this is, then it is not for the individual to judge, it's only for the head of the organization, whoever it is, to judge, and rest should follow in that regard. Now I did not intentionally do it, apart from the fact that my personal feeling was that it is not a journey. Apart from this fact, I was inclined not to have the prayer because, we have not yet said the prayer which is to be halved, but I don't mean to either, because Islamabad is like a home to us all here, and we should treat it like a small center here. So So in Rabba too, when people come from far and wide, they don't have their prayers, although they are permitted. Strictly speaking, according to the strict laws, they are permitted. But no one feels like, they feel like being at home. So this is the atmosphere of this place, or this is the atmosphere which I should like to be built about this place. So this is why I am not going to say the prayer in house as you do in journey.
This is what I had in my mind, sir, that being the center, the aspect of my question as well.
Like you should treat it like your home, that's be free and casual about it and feel at home and feel intimately close to this place. Yes, please, Shah sir.